What is the difference between Nanoplasty by Floractive and Nanoplasty by the other brands? Hello, welcome to SOS Flora, and I'm here today to explain to you once again how to achieve the OMG effect straightening in any head type. Welcome to this live. My name is MJ. I'm a Nanoplasty Specialist, and I'm gonna explain to you today the benefits of having Nanoplasty by Floractive and what is the difference between our brands. Welcome. We're going to have today someone very special with a student of my course, and she has been experiencing Nanoplasty by Floractive. He has been doing keratin in the past, so she really understands the difference and what really Nanoplasty by Floractive made of difference for her. Just a reminder, we have right now, a online training that it's happening. So if you would like to participate on this training that is happening right now, so you will be able to understand more about Nanoplasty Floractive, type here on the comments OMG, and we're going to send you the link for you to watch. But with no more waiting, let me invite my beautiful friend to be joining this live with me. I'm so excited to have her in this live today. Hey Lee, how are you, my love?
Hi, how are you? Hi, guys.
I'm so excited to have you on this live today. Thank you so much for accepting to be here. And
Thank
look at
you for
you,
having
girl.
me.
All the nanoplasty behind
Love
you.
it. Love it.
Oh, she's the best. Lee, just tell us who you are and how long you've been a hairdresser. So just tell us a little bit who you are.
Okay, so I'm Lee. I have been in the industry now for 30 years. Can you believe it? I know, crazy. And I have been, I've worked in salons, I've managed salons, I have had my own salon, and now I run my own business from home.
That's amazing. Flexibility, being around your
Yeah,
kids. I know, it's the best.
yeah, it's great.
Tell us a little bit more, Lee, now about your experience in the straightening side of the business.
Okay, well, it's funny that you mentioned this. I was actually speaking about this to a hairdresser girlfriend the other day. I come from, like, when I was an apprentice, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but when I was an apprentice, one of my jobs was to cut up cardboard. And we used to, I think it was perming solution.
Yeah.
And we would mix perming solution and then we'd get the cardboard and we would like straighten the hair on planks of cardboard. Do you ever remember that?
Oh my God.
Crazy. So we actually used to do that. The client would look, I'm sure there are hairdressers out there that can remember
Yes,
this. And so the
definitely.
technology has just come so far since I first started.
That's really good. And I think everything is like that if we see how the technology went. And I always give this example. Imagine that if we never ever had improved in regards to cars, we
Oh,
would
yeah.
be riding horses,
Yeah.
by now.
Horse and carriage.
Exactly. And I feel like I can't even imagine me going by horse to a supermarket. You know what I mean? So, oh, see, the hairdressers are here putting their hands up.
Yeah.
The good old days.
It was
And Sherry saying,
crazy.
yes, cardboard perm solution and flour.
Yes, that's what it was, baby powder to make it thick. And we would stretch the hair out. It was crazy.
Oh my God. Lee, I'm so excited to have you here because, guys, let me just put a comma in my conversation here and say she is one of the most energetic, excited person that I ever met. When
Love
she came to the
it.
when she came to become my student, she was all full of energy, so full of passion. And then I saw that fire in her eyes, and I say, this girl here, it's gonna make some noise in this market with nanoplasty.
Love
I
it.
know. I have this feeling, and she's been proving me that I wasn't wrong. She's been doing such a great work,
Thank
and
you.
she's the kind of skeptical. I need to see to prove, and I need to feel confident to be able to speak about it. And I love that because if you're just saying and not giving the results, as a teacher, I feel that I fail. But when my students can have amazing results, that's where I feel like, okay, as a teacher, I think that I'm going on the right place. So Lee, tell me, how do how do you discover Floractive?
Okay.
How was your, how you discover about us?
So I first originally seen a post that you had posted on Instagram. And I remember I was super busy, and I remember going, oh, I want to know what this lady has to say. And I remember screenshotting it and then going back and being busy. And then I was like, late at night, I was like, oh, I'm going to look at what this lady is talking about. And I was like, oh, yeah, I've heard whispers about nanoplasty. I will look into it. I'll get there. I'll get there. And then I had a client actually, who was a traditional keratin client.
Yeah.
And she was constantly having keratin done. And she mentioned it to me. She said, oh, have you heard of it? And I was like, funny enough. And I just took that as my sign. My clients were wanting, they just kept saying to me, I can't get my hair as smooth, as straight, as frizz-free as what you can in the salon. And I just was like, I'm going to ring MJ, sign me up. I'm doing this. I'm there. And it was literally, I don't know if you remember, but I think the course was coming out and I was like, I'm there. It was like 2 days. I was there. I was just straight up there. I need to do this, and haven't looked back. I love it. It's amazing.
Tell me now, Lee, the frustrations you had prior knowing about the technology, because one thing that I like to emphasize all the time is, doesn't matter if you have a good product, if you don't know how to use it properly. And
Yeah,
I feel that
definitely.
all the time when I have a good hairdresser that are experiencing our product, and she's not getting there.
Yeah.
And I really feel for that. So tell me a little bit more about how you felt about the solutions that you had in the past, and then how it was when you discover nanoplasty by Floractive, obviously.
Yes. I think one of the big things that I found with the clients that was frustrating
Yeah.
when we used keratin was that they did have to use a sulfate-free products, shampoos and conditioners, and they would come back and they'd be complaining that it wasn't lasting them long enough, but they weren't using the right products. So
Yeah.
I just found that it was just inconvenient. I found that it was so inconvenient because obviously we all know that keratin coats the cuticle, and then obviously if you're not using the right things, then that cuticle gets eaten away, and then the product's not lasting long enough. So I find that with Floractive, Nanoplasty by Floractive, you don't even have to worry about that because, as we know, it works from the inside. So it's lasting. My clients, oh, they're amazing. Like, unfortunately for me, I don't see them as often because they're not coming back as often,
I know.
but they are loving the service, loving it.
Now, just like, let me just add some comments on that, because the title of the live is Nanoplasty compared to the other brands of Nanoplasty as well.
Yeah,
I'm not here to say that any brand is shit, or no, I'm not here. You guys know that I'm not this type of person. I think there is room for everyone, and I think there is room for a lot of brands to shine out there. But I know that there is some advertisements that it's saying it's nanoplasty, but at the end of the day, it's just another keratin.
yeah.
You that experienced keratin before,
Yeah.
can you differ like really clearly that nanoplasty is different than keratin, Lee?
It's so different. One of the things I'm noticing in the salon is that when we used to do keratin, if we had a couple of clients in the salon and we had one keratin client in the salon, I felt like we almost had to segregate that client from the rest of the room just due to the fumes that was coming out. Nanoplasty is not like that at all. As a matter of fact, I think it smells amazing. It smells like a toffee in my salon. I love it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And just the convenience that the clients are finding, that once I shampoo their hair and they look in that mirror and they really do get that OMG effect.
Yeah.
They are sitting there, they're touching their hair, blowing out, like completely blowing out. And in fact, I can remember if you had traditional keratin done, you couldn't tuck your hair behind your ears or pull it up in a ponytail. My clients, they get this done and then they're like, am I allowed to like wash it, tie it up? Can I go to the gym? Yes, you can. You can go swimming, you can go running, you can do whatever you like because it's just phenomenal.
That's so amazing. And I think one of the ways of even the clients to identify, because I know that for the client perspective, they arrive in a salon and the salon say, yes, I have nanoplasty. And then at the end of the day, they don't use nanoplasty on their hair and they feel
Yeah,
like, oh, what happened? And I think this educational sessions that I'm doing every week, it's educating even the clients. Because
yeah,
some people
definitely.
message us and say, oh, I've used nanoplasty. I don't think I like it. And then I say, okay, so tell me the steps in the salon that you had it. Okay, I had in this salon and I'm saying, okay, I never sold the product to this salon. Okay, what's the steps? They clarified, shampoo my hair. And then I say, okay, hold on there. They didn't do nanoplasty.
Yeah,
Because one of the main thing is if you have a nano solution, why you are opening the cuticles with a clarifying shampoo?
yeah,
The reason we use clarifying shampoo is to stretch the hair to get the products as much as deep as we can. On nanoplasty, we've got a nano, what it means nano, the smallest size a particle can become. This is a nano size. So you see nano size in everything in science, you see in medicine, everything that it's nano, it means that the smallest size in the whole scale of sizes of a molecule and a particle. So if you have a nano solution, why are you clarifying shampoo prior?
yeah, that's right.
But Lee, now tell me, what happened with you after becoming a nanoplasty specialist? I want to see this revolution. I want to know what happened in your life, girl.
Well, okay, so I guess I have got lots of clients, lots of OG clients, I call them, my original clients, and my books were closed because I wasn't taking on any new color clients, but there was definitely room for more clients. I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I started nanoplasty in my salon and it has completely blown up. I have a waiting list. Like I am booked out now, yet from new clients as well.
Wow.
I was a little bit like worried about how I was going to market the product in my salon, but I'm not kidding, MJ. I probably did like my first 5 clients and the clients are the ones that sold the product for me. They would tell their friends, they would tell their family, and I just had phone call, phone call, phone call. And my husband's
Wow.
like, "Are you coming to bed?" I'm like, "I'm too busy. I have to make all these appointments." Like, yeah. And I am here on my own at the moment. I don't have staff at the moment, so
Wow.
I'm like crazy busy. Like, I put in all the hours. But the thing is, I love it. It's so rewarding not only seeing them come back to the mirror and being blown away, but then I'm getting messages, I'm getting phone calls going, Lee, what is this magic you've done to my hair? This is insane. So yeah, it's just financially, it has definitely been like the icing on the cake for myself and my family. And
Wow.
I'm just so grateful. If there are any hairdressers sitting on the fence right now about Floractive
Oh my
nanoplasty,
God.
jump,
You made
jump
me tears.
over, jump over that fence, girlfriend. Go for it. It's amazing.
You just made me tears. You know what, Lee? Because um, I think when we work with something that we really love and we don't have the return financially, it's quite frustrating,
Yeah.
And I will tell you the truth, something that I never said here. Floractive in my life has been booming for the last maybe 2 years. But the last 3 years that I worked, I will tell you, I was talking to the walls for majority of the times.
Yeah.
And like for times and times I worked without making any sale, because I just trusted so much on the product and I trusted that this one day would boom. And today, seeing people like saying to me, MJ, the product that you fight so much to have in Australia, because seriously, this was a fight. I had to fight to have Nanoplasty name. I had to fight to change the name because the name was Nanoplastia. We created the term in English, Nanoplasty, to be a more English version. And to see this now, you saying to me that it changed financially, your family, this is like, my goodness, I can't even put in words how I feel to hear that. This is
Yeah.
such a good reward for me as a
Thank
business and for my
you
family
for
that works.
fighting.
It's oh my, it's just like it made me tears today. This is so beautiful to see that because not only you are being benefit by the product, it's you, your clients, your family. It's a whole chain,
Yeah.
of people that are benefit by this product. And I know that for a lot of you guys feel very offended when you see new brands coming in. So you're like, oh, she's just copying the name MJ bought in. But for me, deep inside, and I feel, Man, I'm so awesome that I created a word that now other brands are copying it. Far out, I'm freaking awesome.
Yeah.
you know? So when I see nanoplasty being recognized by people, I just feel like, man, this is amazing. We just done so much.
Yeah.
And when I
Well,
see people fighting for it, and Lee, you are a freaking fighter.
love it.
My goodness, you are an advocate, and I love your videos. I love how you so dedicated. And sometimes it's late at night and you're messaging, and I'm like, I need to message her back because she's a dedicated one. She's like a good student. And you guys all know that I always divide myself with you guys because my game is you guys need to have the best results. This is what makes me as a teacher in the top of the world. If you
The,
guys can have better results than me,
the support that I have had from not only yourself, but your entire team has been really good for me, amazing, because working by myself on my own, if I ever have had like late at night a quick question, I've just gone, oh my goodness, I need to know this, and I need to know this by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Oh, will
yeah,
somebody get back to me? Always, someone always gets back to me, and I feel like I'm supported. Like it
yeah.
is, yeah. So I thank you for that.
And you know what, Lee, for me it's like I don't do anything to anyone that I would not like to have done to me. So if I know that something I will hate, I will not do it for you. If I feel that I would love, I will do it for you.
Yeah,
And many times I had a client in the morning, or I need to know the hair type. And I was like, man, I need to know the hair type. If they tell me the hair type, I can prepare myself. I don't need to take all the products to the
yeah,
demonstrations. And sometimes I
yeah,
message and they like, oh, sorry, we don't take any messages at night. And I'm like, okay, I brought like everything. I carried this bag, all the way, but that's fine. And then I say, when I have a big team, when I have enough money to employ people, I'm going to do
yeah,
24/7 support. I'm going to put one person to work at night overseas. So obviously I'm not going to put someone to work during the night, but they overseas, they on their own time. So they're going to be answering during the night while another person will be answering during the day. And I'm going to do everything that I always dreamed to have. And it's possible for me to do that now, and it's amazing. I feel like hearing this from you, which is a very valuable client for me. And another thing, Lee, that I would like to say, many brands, they focus on big salons, they focus on massive salons, blah blah blah. I focus on the professional.
yeah,
I don't care if you're working from home or if you are working in a salon in front of the Harbour Bridge. It
yeah,
doesn't make any difference for me where you are. It makes the difference who you are. And I want to see my clients as a person, not as a dollar sign. So much that I visit my clients. There is clients that I go to their homes, their home salons. I use their services. So I go to their places. They do things on me,
I
and I love that.
definitely felt that. I definitely can feel that.
And it's so amazing. Like Sabrina sent a message here and saying, when I started with Nano and with MJ, no one know what I was talking about. Sabrina was one of the people that supported me a lot in the beginning. And she was like, I don't know what's Nano, but it seems very good. And when she tried, she became a huge advocate as well. And you have no idea how many brands pinched Sabrina, knocking the door, giving her bottles, trying for free. And she's like, I'm not gonna have everything I have with Floractive with you guys. Even if your product is good, how you gonna give me the support and
Yeah.
the attention and everything? You know what I mean? And this makes me feel like, okay, I'm on the right track. So, Lee, what is your plans for the future? Like how you see yourself growing with
Well,
Floractive?
I love the actual Nanoplasty by Floractive, but I love the products as well. That's been a massive game changer in the salon. Like I've got a few things behind me, but every week I'm doing reorders all the time because it just walks out the door. I can't keep it on the shelves, which is great. The clients are absolutely loving the products as well. So I guess I just want to, get bigger. And I honestly do believe that it doesn't matter how long you've been hairdressing, doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter whether you work from home, but I'm massively into education. You just cannot learn enough. So whenever there are new courses and things coming up, like I'm there, sign me up, I'll be there. So, but I'm going to be at Hair Expo. I'm going to come visit you guys at your stand at Hair Expo. Can't wait. So excited to see what's out, see what's new.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the hair expo as well. Obviously, that I think the hair expo is not the best place to show the best results because there is so many promises, and other
Yeah,
brands say, yeah, with my product you can make the hair straight no matter how the hair is, blah blah blah. And I'm not into the bullshitting thing of
yeah,
saying, yeah, the hair will be falling apart. You just need one product. No, unfortunately, I worked with, special things, and I think every person needs to be special. They need to feel like, okay, it's like a doctor. You're not gonna give the same medicine to everyone,
yeah.
even when they have the same disease. Even sometimes when they have the same disease, you don't give the same medicine. As much as every time we go to the doctors, it's Panadol, Panadol, Panadol. On hairdressing, we are doctors as well. We are hair doctors.
Hair
So we
doctors,
taking
yes.
care, yeah, and we take such a big space on the self-esteem.
I,
So
I can actually say that my clients think it's much harder to change hairdressers than it is to change doctors. Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
100%.
yeah. True.
we
So
change
true.
we change doctors, but we don't change hairdressers. That's so true. That's so true.
Yeah.
And I feel like that, Lee, you're doing an amazing job. So tell us a little bit more about like your experience when you've done the hair. How did you feel? Seeing your clients. Tell me a
Blown
little bit more. I
away.
want to hear about it.
Just blown away. I remember my first like OMG moment. I did do a TikTok about it, but I had this client come in. She had short, fuzzy hair, fuzzy curly hair, really frizzy. And I didn't know this about this client, but she actually did not own a hairdryer. And she told me after I did the service, because I was like, oh, all we need to do is blast it dry. She came in the next day and the first time after she shampooed her hair, and she hadn't blow dried her hair. It would just let it air dry. And she was just like, she was in tears. She was just like, this is amazing. And I was like, you still need to go buy a hairdryer. But she was completely blown away. And I know that you say you see us and you're changing our lives. Well, I'm passing that on to my clients, changing their lives. Like they have less time to get ready in the morning. They're not worried about it because all they have to do is quickly run the blow dryer over their hair and out they go. They're done. I had a client, which this is a really cool story. It was really rainy and she had really frizzy hair, and I'd done the treatment on her probably 2 weeks prior. And she sent me a message and she goes, I've just been out in the rain like 3 times and my hair's not frizzy at all. Like, I'm like, this is amazing. So obviously getting ready, she had to run out in the rain. She came back
Yeah.
in and her hair was still dead straight. She loved it. So
I remember a
yeah.
model in the same situation. I've done her hair and it was pour raining. And I used to have a studio at home where I used to do all the models there. So it was on my garage. I was breastfeeding my twins. So I was like on the break,
Yeah.
going up, breastfeeding, going down, doing the models, recording, because I had to test everyone. I had to test
Yeah.
good hair, bad hair, damaged hair. I had to test everybody. So I was day and night doing models and models and models without asking them for money. Imagine. So I was just
Yeah.
like, I need to get this right. I need to feel that I'm confident. I need to know that I know and I have property to talk to everyone about this. So while everyone was trying to sell, while other brands were like trying to sell, I was like, no, before I sell, I need to be prepared. So I remember her. So I finished her hair, washed it, and said, "Go home. Your hair looks amazing." And she just messaged me saying, "What the f?" And I say, "Why? Why?" I go scared. And she say, "I walk on the rain, and then I drove 1 hour to get home. And when I came, my husband say, 'Where did you spend all much money on your hair? What did you do?' And she's like, 'I just came from the rain. My hair's wet.' And he say, 'It looks stunning. What did
Yeah.
you do?" And she was like, "My husband noticed. Do you know what is a man to notice something?"
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's huge. That's what I am definitely finding is that a lot of the clients, they spend so much time straightening their hair and then they're going out. And if it is raining or even if it's really hot, as soon as that
Yes.
like humidity hits the hair, it just frizzes back up. But with nanoplasty, they're not having that. It's amazing. Like that's the thing that's blown me away is the frizz free,
Yeah.
that my clients are just loving it. Like I said, one client tells another 5 clients, which they're all just coming in and they're like, yeah, it's been
I know.
amazing. So
And I think this is how we got big, the chain of
yeah,
people or the word of mouth. Because
Word of mouth,
honestly,
yeah.
Lee, when I started and I decided, okay, I'm going to go all full on social media, I received so much hate
Oh
because
wow.
really, like, it's kind of not true. If you see her hair that it's really afro, becoming extremely straight after the wash, you just like, this is not true. This is a scam. They just trying to lie to us. And then I say, okay, this is not the right way for me to go, because I would be one that would be skeptical on the other side, thinking,
Yeah.
yeah, right, afro to being straight after the wash, not with me. So I say, clients will be start, and all those models, they started to advertise to their friends
Yeah.
and were like pushing me to say, okay, you need to do it. And I say, I don't want to do it because I want to expose to more hairdressers. So
Yeah.
that's how I started knocking people's door and say, I have 10 clients to send to you. Can you please freaking start using my product? Because I need to send clients to you, so
I bet if they
um
didn't take you up on that opportunity, they're kicking themselves now.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And there is a story that I tell all the time about this distributor that I started, and I knocked him door and I said, can I show you my treatment? He laughed at me. He said nanoplasty is a nanosurgery on the nose. Nobody would like this name. And on that day, I had two choices. Or I feel, no encourage at all, and I will go back to my room and cry. Or I would, just jump the jacket of courage and say, okay, it
Yeah.
was one person. I have another 22 million in Australia to
Yeah.
knock the doors and try. And I feel proud that we didn't give up. We didn't, change the strategy, because we could call this keratin something.
Yeah.
And I think if we did, we would have gone in the same boat of everyone, and nobody will ever have this that we're having now, Lee. This
Yeah.
experience of saying this is completely different than what we
Different.
had.
I was gonna say you can't call it that because it's not. It's different. It's, in my opinion, it's well above that. But there's
And
definitely a
obviously,
place in market for both. But I have got a lot of keratin clients that have switched, and they won't go back.
yeah.
They won't go back. They love it.
And the thing I say is, if you have a client that has done all these other systems in the past, and you get them to do nanoplasty, they will not be able to go back.